is Caroline and welcome back to another video on my channel. For today's video, I am super excited because I am doing testing tasty treats, and these are desserts from their new video that came out at the beginning of this weekend. They had 6 of them on there. And I'm super excited. If you guys don't know, Tasty is part of BUZZFEED and is this group that gets all of those really awesome food videos that you always watch and always want to do and never do them. But today, I'm actually going to do them and see if they taste as good as they look. So hopefully they do, because they all look amazing and I'm super excited to try them. But I thought I would take you guys along in this journey with me so you can guys see if they're actually as easy to make as they look and all of that jazz. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. And without further ado, start your enzymes. Just a little PSA too, I am not going to be doing the full recipe because it's like a lot to make, so I'm just having all the recipes. So if something comes out differently, just know it could just be me having the recipe and not necessarily it just not working out. Just thought I'd mention that before we start. I will still have the video link down below so you can get like the full recipe and not the half version if you guys want. And I'll be kind of saying the real measurements anyways with it, even though I'm just going to be doing half of everything that I'm saying. Just thought I'd let you guys know. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the first one on the video, which is the chocolate fudge brownies. And that's what I'm going to start with now. I'm just going to go in order so it's just easier. So let's go ahead and get started with these brownies. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to film all of these like Tasty filmed their videos. Because I thought maybe that would add just like, you know, a little something to make it more themed for the video that we're doing today. So once again, as I am doing all of the half measurements, I'm going to be saying the full measurements, so if they don't look right, that's why. So you are first going to start off with 3/4 cup of butter. And then you're going to take 1.5 cups of sugar and then whisk that to make the weird paste type thing that they had in the video. Mine is a bit more coarse already than theirs, which could be, you know, size of bowl or whatever, but it's mixing fairly nicely. Now that you have this, you are gonna add 2 eggs. So once again, I only have 1 egg, but if you are doing the full recipe, you'd be adding 2. This is also where you'd add 2 tablespoons of vanilla, but your girl can't find her vanilla, so we're gonna pray that this doesn't affect the outcome of this like negatively. But I was looking it up and it's not super imperative to have vanilla. Like some people don't find any difference, some people do. So, you know, we're just gonna hope that it doesn't end up weird, but we're just gonna add the egg and make sure after you are dealing with eggs that you wash your hands. So this is the chocolate that I'm using for the recipe, just the Baker's semi-sweet chocolate. This is a 4-ounce thing because I'm having it, so you'd have to get 2 of them if you're doing the full recipe. But I already tasted it, it tastes pretty good, and so this is what I'm using for the recipe PSA. So now you are adding in 4 ounces of melted chocolate. This is kind of hard to get off, not gonna lie. And then you're just gonna go ahead and mix that in there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and admit that mine's looking a little bit cloudier than theirs that they have online, but I'm hoping it won't affect anything. It's just kind of how it's looking. It's starting to look a little better, but it all started with the sugar and the egg, but it's starting to look a little bit better. So don't judge me for this. But I don't have a sifter. Kind of need one. Like, you don't need one for this recipe. I personally have not found sifters to be too helpful for things. I think you can do things just fine. But because I don't have one and I'm just trying to make this seem like, you know, the legit thing, I'm using my colander. So you are already adding in 3/4 cup of flour, 1/4 of cocoa powder, and a teaspoon of salt. And then I guess you're just doing it like that. Is that how they, I guess that's typically how they do it. I've never done this before, so this is very interesting, but I think it's working just fine. So kitchen hack, if you don't have a colander, just do this. And go ahead and mix this in with the rest of your mixture. Final step is mixing your other crushed chocolate into the mixture, because this is what makes them like super fudgy like in the video. Now it is time to transfer into your bowl. On the thing they had parchment paper or something on the bottom, but I'm just going to use regular good old Pam and just spray and transfer my mixture. So the brownies are done, and now I'm going to go ahead and try one. They look good, so hopefully they taste good. Pretty good. They're a little salty for whatever reason. I guess I added too much salt, even though I added like the amount of salt that you're supposed to add. So they're like a little salty, but they're definitely chocolatey, and they're gooey, and they're soft. So overall, I think I'm gonna call these a success. My kitchen is definitely starting to look like a baker's kitchen now, but now that the brownies are finished, we are going to go on to number 2, which are the soft chocolate chip cookies, and I'm super excited for these. They looked to me like the best ones out of all of them. So I have everything set up, and I'm going to do the same way I did for the last one, tasty style, and then we'll taste them and we'll see how they are, and I'm super excited. These seem so delicious, so let's just get started with them. So now it is time to start the cookies. So you add half a cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and then you want to add 1 tablespoon of salt, and then half a cup of melted butter. I feel like all of them have butter in them. And then it is time to mix it all up. So now we're gonna add an egg. So technically I don't have half an egg, so I'm just gonna add a normal egg. And this is also, we were supposed to add vanilla, but once again, as I already told you, I don't have any vanilla. All right, another sifting one. Once again, I'm using my colander, and you are combining, I think, yeah, 1 1/4 cup of flour. I think that's how much it was last time too. Half a teaspoon of baking soda, and go ahead and do it like last time, and then mix these together too. Now that the dough is done, you can add your chocolate. It is just 4 ounces of chocolate of your choice, really. Like, it has in there the 2 chunk chocolates, but I'm just gonna use dark chocolate for this one because I use my other chocolate on the brownies. So I'm just gonna be using dark chocolate. So now it says to cover with cling wrap and to chill. And it doesn't give a time for chilling. So I think I'm just going to stick with 30 minutes to an hour. I'll do some of the other recipes while this is chilling. But yeah, so just add your cling wrap and put it in the refrigerator. So now that the cookie dough is sufficiently cold, they use one of these, so I will too. I don't know exactly how much to put on. That looks like a pretty good size. So now my cookies are gonna go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna start with 12 and work my way up to 15. So see you guys then. Wow, those are big. So the cookies are done, and let me just say, they are way bigger than I thought they were gonna be. I don't know if they're supposed to turn out this big, but they're huge. And so these are the cookies. They feel really soft. I'm really excited to try them. I even have a glass of milk here. I'm a fan of these. BuzzFeed did a good job with these. I definitely call these cookies a success. These are super good. So, moving on to our lovely friends, the cinnamon rolls. I'm super excited for these because cinnamon rolls are so good. I'm just kind of nervous that they're like not going to rise or everything properly, but I guess we will see. We're starting with milk, and it's warm milk. 2 cups of warm milk and half a cup of melted butter and half a cup of sugar. And in the video they were mixing it up with a fork, so I too will mix it up with a fork. So now you're going to do 1 packet of active dry yeast, and it's not going to focus on it. That's fine. Okay, I'll just hold it down there. I guess like that. And it says to let it sit for a minute. Oh, and it just turned 1:57 on my watch. Show you, it's a Casio watch. Fun stuff. So now I'm adding 2 cups of flour, and wow, that was. And then I'm gonna take my little spatula, which by the way, it's like Valentine's theme, so that's fun, and I'm gonna mix it up. Now that I have this done, now you're going to cover it for 1 hour. Okay, it's been an hour for the dough, so now let's take it off. And I think it's risen a pretty good amount. I'm pretty sure. So now we're gonna add the ingredients that it has, which is a teaspoon of baking powder. And make sure you do baking powder, not soda, because I almost put baking soda here, but it's baking powder. Half a teaspoon of salt, and then 3/4 cup of flour. And go ahead and mix those with your spatula like before. I'm just gonna do everything like the video. Then it's time to knead the bread, which is why you need that, because bread is really sticky without flour, which you probably know, but in case you don't, that's why. I think it is sufficiently kneaded, so now I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. So peep Chloe on that lunchbox over there. But now it is time for the filling, so I'm gonna start with the butter. And I bet there's a better way to do this, but I don't really know what it is. So it's 3/4 cup of butter that you spread along just to give it a good, I guess, foundation. Okay, so now that the butter is on here, you want to take your brown sugar and sprinkle your brown sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of cinnamon all over. So now I'm gonna attempt to roll this up. Hopefully it works well. The video made it seem pretty easy. Okay, so now it's awkwardly on the side, but I'm gonna try and cut it, and I'm gonna cut off the sides that won't really make anything. But now I'm just gonna start cutting it and making my cinnamon rolls. I'm using a really sharp knife for this too, because I want to try and make sure I can get a fairly clean cut, especially the places like that are really sticky. Now taking my pan and some Pam, I'm just going to spray that in there and try and see if I can make these as nice as possible looking. So, not the prettiest things, but I am hopeful that they're going to turn out pretty good. So, let's put them in the oven. So now I'm gonna try the cinnamon rolls. If you notice, I do not have the icing on here because the icing that's a fail. Like, I'm giving the icing a fail. It didn't work out, but the actual cinnamon rolls look really good. So I'm just gonna take one from the side and try it. That's pretty good. I think if you had a good icing, this would be really good. I'm gonna give these a success. So now it is on to the 4th dessert in this video, and that is going to be the macaroons. I have never made macaroons before, so this is going to be interesting. Hopefully they turn out good. They look really good. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start them. Okay, so now I'm going to start doing the macaroons. So first you're going to take 3 egg whites. Obviously, since I'm just going to be doing 1.5. So hopefully that'll work out. I don't know how I'm gonna do half an egg white. Now you're going to take a mixer and you're gonna mix the egg whites, and at the same time you're gonna be doing 1/4 cup of sugar in them. So now that you have done that, you are going to want to do your flour, which is 1 cup of almond flour, but I'm just using regular flour because I do not have almond flour. It works just the same. And then also 1 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and just go ahead and sift that into your mixture of egg whites and sugar. Okay, so go ahead and stir up your mixture once you are done sifting it in. Okay, so now that you have this mixture, you're gonna wanna separate it into 2 bowls, just like it showed on the video. This is going to be your second coloring, and so it is a red food coloring on the video. Obviously I think you can use any color that you want. Mine's more of a pink, so that's kind of what I'm using, is a nice pink. just a couple drops. Really pink. And now that you have your two mixtures, you're gonna wanna put them in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to use a mason jar like they show in the video. Hopefully this works out pretty good. I don't think that worked, but it's alright. Okay, so they came out of the oven and they are a little thinner than I think they're supposed to be. It was looser than the ones on BUZZFEED, but I don't really know why. But hopefully they'll still taste good. But I have the filling here, and so I'll start piping this in. Jam, like in the video, and just put it in the middle. I guess this might be something that kind of cuts a little bit back on the sweetness, even though jam is sweet. Besides being thin, they look like macaroons, so I guess that's a plus. Okay, so taste test of the macaroon. They are thinner, but I feel like they're gonna be good. I gotta say, I am fairly impressed with myself. The actual macaroon part is like how a macaroon is supposed to be. The middle is like a little bit too much cream cheese for my liking. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the macaroons. I dare say this was a 4 out of 4 success rate video. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed seeing me cooking. This is something I'm definitely planning on doing a lot more often, are cooking videos. In fact, I'm gonna start making my channel around this type of stuff. Tasty did a pretty good job with all of these treats. I enjoyed every single one of them. The only thing I thought was a fail was the icing for me personally. But everything else tastes really good. If you guys make your own from this video, let me know. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really supports my channel. And also subscribe down below. That also super supports my channel. I hope you guys will enjoy all these videos I have planned and the exciting changes with my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!